Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Married to Medicine Season 10, Episode 3. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you'll be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. Let me just say this. Married to Medicine is the best show on Bravo right now. They have a little bit of everything. They have family time. They got a little bit of shade. They got, well, honey, it's a whole lot of shade in this episode, okay? A little bit of shade. I mean, it is just so layered. If you are not watching Married to Medicine, but you just happened upon this review to see what I was doing, I implore you to go and watch Married to Medicine starting from season 1 over on Peacock. I am telling you, there will not be a dull season. And some of the earlier seasons, oh, baby. Anywho, I will be reviewing some of those earlier seasons over on my throwback channel. But y'all, let's get into the mess if we're going to get into the mess. So when the episode first opens up, we see a sneak peek of Letitia's party and Quad showing up 4 days earlier. So we see Toya on the phone with Tisha telling her since Dr. G is getting a bachelor party that her and Phaedra are throwing her a pamper party, aka a bachelorette party. So she's telling her to come sexy and they're going to show her what she's going to be doing for the rest of her life. Over on the other side, Quad is at home gagging with her assistant. Phaedra is at her son's soccer practice, and Simone is showing up at Dr. Jackie's office. She calls in there to tell Dr. Jackie to come on outside. They about to eat lunch. I was so excited to see this. Let me tell y'all something. My avid Married to Medicine viewers, y'all remember this is how the show would always open, with Dr. Jackie and Simone sitting down eating them salads. Now, I'm not talking about the people who just jumped on the bandwagon because they saw Phaedra was going to be over here and all of a sudden they're like, oh, let's see what's going on. Not those watchers. The real day ones. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Even Dr. Jackie came out and she was like, girl, I'm surprised you didn't get a salad. I told y'all. They used to be at lunch eating them salads with no dressing. This reminds me of the good old days. I love to see it. I love the scenes where the two of them get together and eat lunch and they try and reconnect. I just love it. So as they're sitting down, honey, what better to talk about than a yeast infection? So Dr. Jackie starts talking about this patient that came in thinking she had a yeast infection. Come to find out she had trick. And she's married. So she has to go home and tell her husband that she has an STD. And Dr. Jackie is looking like, girl, look, I don't come down to the jail. So whatever you do when you get home, please make sure you do the right thing. Dr. Jackie asked the lady if she thought that it could have come from her. And the lady is like, girl, no, I'm married. It wasn't me. Honey, shout out to Shaggy. See, that's how you end up on the first 48. You can't be playing with people in their whatnots. Like, ugh, that's nasty. So she was basically saying that she deals with a lot of women that come in like that. And the worst part is that she knows the husbands. That is the worst part. And honey, half of the people you mess with are celebrities. Let me find out. So then they transition over to Sweet Tea, aka Letitia. So Simone is saying, you know, she's struggling. Dr. Jackie was like, well, Sweet Tea is more like NutraSweet. So then Simone said, well, you know, she's a little overwhelmed and she's trying to cater to Greg and do her own wedding planning. It's just a lot. So Simone said, she said she gonna get her an assistant to help her. You know, somebody that can go get the groceries so she can just stay home and just make the food. You mean like Instacart? Like Walmart Plus? Like, baby, Amazon Fresh? You can get the stuff sent to the house, honey. But I mean, if you want an assistant you shall get. This the part that got me. Because she said that Greg wants dinner on the table when he comes home. And we know that to be true if you have been watching from the start, because that's how Quad used to have to do. So this is what really got me. Simone was like, yeah, you know, this newer generation is more entitled. They're more spoiled. You know, when I was her age, I had a private practice, a husband, and a toddler. And that does not make you more of a woman than anybody else. And what else is going on? That's the path that you chose to take. The younger generation isn't spoiled and entitled. It's called being efficient and outsourcing. Just because you worked yourself to the bone, that's not a badge of honor. That's not what we want to do. Don't be upset that she wants to work smarter, not harder. I was like, what are you saying? Because, baby, let me tell you something. If it's a way for me to do more without having to do more, then I will. And if my shmoney was where it should be, I would definitely have me a driver. I hate driving. I hate stopping for gas. And I hate going to the grocery store. I get my groceries delivered, and no, it ain't entitled or spoiled. It's called the panorama showed me that there are more efficient ways to get things done. So now that I've X'd out grocery shopping, I can stay home and do more important things, like getting my laundry done. Folding them damn clothes has been in that chair for 4 weeks. I can do a lot of other stuff. Like, I don't like that. The older generation just wants us to just be in suffrage because they was at home. And y'all two don't even cook, child. Dr. Jackie was like, ooh, this younger generation, ma'am, please. We know you and Curtis have probably utilized more than a few food services as much as you work. And I remember that season you let us know that you don't even know how to cook. Anywho, it is nothing wrong with getting help at all. But I do hope now, okay, it ain't nothing wrong with getting help, sweetie. But I hope that you realize if you're overwhelmed now, just wait until there's a newborn in the mix. You need to multiply that feeling times 20. That's what y'all need to be telling her. Simone, that's what you need to tell her. Not about, don't get an assistant. You need to make sure that she knows she slid in them DMs talking about, I can give you what you want. Well, if you can give him what he wants, and you do give him what he wants, I want you to know that you're going to be even more overwhelmed. Because, baby, they don't sleep. They don't eat. Half the time they're crying. You don't know what's wrong with them. Child is a whole fool. So Simone was like, yeah, I just need her to rise up and grow up and get in her woman status. Grown woman status doesn't mean burnout. Please just stop it. In the next scene, Dr. Heavenly is meeting Letitia for dinner, aka Sweet Tea. So Heavenly is like, yeah, I see your little sombrero when she walked in. Ma'am, that is a cowboy hat. And Sweetie Pie, or whatever the hell they call you, why are you randomly wearing this cowgirl hat? Just why? Yes, we get it. You're from Texas. We get it. We get it. We get it. We got it. But I do not want to see you walking around all season with no cowboy hat on, unprovoked. Girl, then you had a little shimmery shirt on. Oh, child. It's not, we just really got to get your fashions together. That's it. So Heavenly ordered them some shots. Honey, trying to loosen her up so she can get a part of her business. So she starts asking about the wedding. Sweet Tea is telling her, she's stressed. She had to get on the wedding planner. The first venue didn't work out. So she wants to get another venue. She wants everything to be perfect. So they're drinking. They're drinking so much that Sweet Tea's hat done fell off and Heavenly's wig is already back at the car. Heavenly, why can't you take that wig down? Just why? Why? Heavenly, that wig was sitting up top your head so wrong, and it was leaning a little bit. Lean with it, rock with it, lean with it, rock with it. Honey, shout out to the franchise boys. I know you down in the ATL, but lift that damn wig up, pull that damn wig up to the front. She was like, I feel like my wig's slipping back. It is, Heavenly. It is. So then Heavenly starts telling her, what her mama told her. She said, girl, my mama told me, listen, I always make sure you have your own. She said, now, I don't know what y'all got going on, but you need to make sure you have your own money. So then Sweet Tea was like, well, I don't know anything about that kind of stuff, but I am learning about putting your money into life insurance and things like that. She said, yeah, I don't ask him for money. I have my own money. So then Heavenly asks her if he throws it in her face that he pays for everything and does. So she was like, yeah, he does. They show him asking if she pays rent. Now, this seems mighty familiar to me because didn't he throw the same thing in Quad's face? This is for all the people that thought Quad was just a drama queen. Now, don't get me wrong. She will give you a monologue, and she is sort of a drama queen. But she didn't lie about Greg. She might have lied about anything else, but she ain't lie about Greg. So Letitia was like, yeah, Quad is right about him being controlling. He's upset that I keep forgetting to put on the alarm. So he pretended that there were like armed men in the house that were going to rob us to teach me a lesson. She gets in a confessional and she was like, I'm not his damn child. You don't teach me a lesson. I'm going to be your wife. You teach your children a lesson. Girl, don't tell us. Tell him. It is no way on earth that you should be marrying this man. It's just plain as day. He doesn't even see you as an adult. He likes to get younger, naive women who he thinks is dependent on him. Sir, don't nobody want your fiat in this house? And how many more years you got on this mortgage anyway? He is financially abusive, honey, and I don't know if y'all see it, allegedly. Moving forward. So he's letting her know, listen, you need to make sure you put this alarm on my asset. You are the second wife to enter this space. The alarm must go on. So she's sitting here telling Heavenly all her business, not knowing that Heavenly can't wait to run it back. I can see her on that YouTube now. Y'all got some questions. I know what she was doing. I can see Heavenly on that YouTube now. Baby, this right here is a fool. So she's telling Heavenly that he said that she sounded like Quad. But she was like, okay, I'm sounding like her because we're the only two people to ever live with you. I don't see how y'all can stomach his voice. That's the thing that's getting me. I don't even like the sound of my own voice. So I don't see how y'all can sit here and stomach MACKEYMOUSC. I don't see how y'all can stomach Mickey Mouse. I really don't. So Heavenly was like, yeah, you know, this is the same thing that Quad told me. Yes, because Greg uses that check of his and that doctor title to lure women in, and he ain't fooling me. Sweet Tea, I'm sorry, honey. I cannot feel bad for you because you watched this show. You saw how he treated Quad. Then you DM'd him and you said, I can give you what you want. Now, I don't know why the next woman always feels like it's going to be different with them. The only difference is your personality. Same Greg, different relationship. I don't get it. So then they flash back to Quad saying the exact same thing that Letitia was saying about it not being all about the monetary things. Heavenly said, well, you know, I don't want to see her go through what Quad did. They both got mug shots, which is insane to me. And this is why I can't believe that he was asked back to put them around each other again, knowing their history. Now, granted, the two might not come in contact, but they always take a trip every season. And if he goes with Sweet Tea and Quad is there, that is awkward AF. So Heavenly was like, so what's going to happen after y'all get married? She said, you know, we're going to figure it out. Girl, where's your mama? Where is your mama? Do you have any aunts? Do you have an older sister? Not your twin sister, because honey, we see how y'all fight. Not her, because you need guidance. She just got done being in her 20s. Now, don't get me wrong, because I know it's going to be one person to say, she grown, she 30 years old. This 30 is not the same 30 40 years ago. My mama and them 30 is not the same 30 that my sister is today. It's just not the same. Like, I mean, and Sweet Tea, it doesn't change after marriage. It gets worse. You need to work those kinks out. If you cannot, then you need to part ways. And I know how hard it is because I was one that wanted a wedding and I didn't want a marriage. I accepted a proposal. I knew I shouldn't have been getting married to that man, and I did it anyway. Why? Because I accepted the ring. I didn't want to be embarrassed. I wanted to have a party. I wanted to wear a pretty dress. Ma'am, you can walk away. But y'all already married now, honey. This is me talking to you back then. We know y'all married. Heavenly looking at her like, girl, say what now? Y'all gonna work it out when y'all get married. Okay. Sweet Tea don't have no baby with that man. Because I feel like he is going to be the worst. I can see him using that child against you. I get it's a good 3 years. And I hate to really speak that over her existence. But this right here is not looking good. It's just not. In the next scene, Simone is going to dinner with her boys. They're home for spring break. Michael is 20. He goes to Holmes Community College. He's going to transfer to a university. And then he's going to go to law school. I can see him being a lawyer. He looked like he liked to fuss. Him and Simone always fussing. Then you have Miles. He's 24. He's been to several universities. And now he's back at Georgia State. And he is a film major. I can see him doing something like that. I really can. You know what's so funny about Simone's children? Michael reminds me so much of Simone, looks included. And Miles is more like Cecil. But the thing is, Michael has Cecil's personality. He's more smooth with it and, you know, very charismatic. Miles, on the other hand, he's a little bit more subdued. So anywho, that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. They start talking about their next steps. And Simone asked if Michael plans to come back home after graduation. And he said, of course. Now, Simone was looking sideways like, you ain't coming back here. Listen, my son can come right on back. I am not going to throw him out there to the wolves. You can come right on back. You have obtained a degree and you are employable. So therefore, and thus and such, you can come back until you get yourself together. So Michael was like, oh, you know, if you don't want me to come back, you can get me an apartment and y'all can pay for it. Simone was like, no, I don't think so. Cecil, on the other hand, feels like just pay for the apartment until they're ready to do what they need to do. And Simone is like, no, he needs to be doing what he needs to do and pay for his own dang on apartment. It doesn't work like that. They're not on the same page, not in the same book. Cecil is more laid back. But then again, Cecil, where's the money coming from on your end? Because you know Simone going to be the one paying, honey. I don't know exactly what you do, but It's easy for people to say when they're not footing the bill. Moving forward. I just love seeing them with their families. I love these scenes. And we watched as Simone's children grew up right in front of our eyes. And the same with Dr. Heavenly. And the same with Toya's kids. This show is just so good. 10 years later, these babies were 10 and 14 when we met them. And now they're 20 and 24. You love to see it. In the next scene, Heavenly is at home making spaghetti, perpetuating lies, talking about, Laura, you need to make your man spaghetti when you get to college and put something in it. Ma'am, please. See, this is why my mama and my grandma told my brothers, do not eat nobody's spaghetti. Let me tell y'all a story time that's not really a story time. So I was dating this guy in college, right? And you know, our dorms were set up like apartments. So he comes over, baby. I call myself cooking for him, honey. I'm going to cook for my man. So I'm like, I'm going to cook for him. He comes over and I cook spaghetti. Now, I don't know anything about this superstition. Okay, I hadn't heard anything about this. And he just refused to eat. And I was just like, what is going on? Why you don't want none? He was like, nah, I'm good. I don't eat spaghetti. I'm like, you don't eat spaghetti? I sure seen you eating spaghetti the other day down in that cafeteria. So you don't eat spaghetti? He was like, nah, I'm good. Fast forward to maybe 2 weeks later, I'm talking to my mama and I'm telling her, you know, how I was trying to hook me a husband. Because, you know, my mama had this thing in my mind. Well, you know, you're going to meet your husband in college. I'm like, girl, I was trying to hook me a man. I made him some spaghetti and he ain't eat it. Why she ends up telling me the real reason why he didn't eat my spaghetti? I'm like, okay, y'all could have told me this, honey. I would have put some ribs on or something. Child, would have made a good roast or a steak. Anywho. Heavenly is making that spaghetti. Dr. Damon came in, and so they started talking about Alora going to college. They don't want Alora to go away to school. And I thought that was so sweet how they were together. I love their relationship. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but the family dynamic that they show us on screen, I like it. So anywho, he comes in, they start talking about Alora going to college. They don't want her to go away. She wants to know, why won't y'all let me go? What is wrong with y'all? So Damon was like, well, you know, I want to be able to get to you just in case of an emergency. I feel like the boys can go away because they can handle themselves, but I don't want you just out there like that. So Heavenly was like, you know, with the internet, the outer net, the AI. Heavenly, what the hell is the outer net? And what the AI gonna do to her? Oh, child, I thought that was so funny. I said, baby, not the internet and the outer net. That sounds like something I would say. Dr. Damon was like, you know, the weather is weird with the stuff going on, the global warming. Heavenly said, we didn't even have wind when I went to college. Ma'am, y'all definitely had wind. So Alora kind of starts laughing and she's like, y'all didn't have wind. Say what now? Now I understand one of your babies close, but we have to let them experience the world so they know how to handle it. Like, I'm sure that y'all have taught her well enough to let her spread her wings. She'll be back. And it's just so funny, the polar opposite comments that are going on in each scene. Simone wants her boys to go and return only when they want to visit. And Dr. Heavenly is like, please stay and we'll visit a school or two, but we want you here. But I have to say this, I don't blame them though. It's very scary out there, so I get it. Child, the people weird outside. Do you hear me? Side note. Dr. Damon done slimmed down. Dr. Damon, you look nice. No disrespect, Dr. Heavenly, okay? I'm just offering a compliment. I don't want your man, honey. I'm just offering a compliment. Dr. Damon, you look really nice. In the next scene, Eugene is taking the boys shopping for shoes. So he's trying to be in their business, and they're like, we ain't got nothing going on. We good. Those boys look just like Toya and Eugene, just like Simone and Cecil's children. They're so cute. One looks like Toya, the other one looks like Eugene. So he's telling them, you know, now that they're older, he wants to try to hang out a little bit more because there's certain things that they're going to need from their dad that they cannot get from their mom, and certain questions they may have. And so he said, is there anything that you want to know now that your mom is not around? They said, yeah, what's a cycle? What's a menstrual cycle? He said, that's something for your mama. But after he got over the initial shock, the doctor explained it. And he explained it in a way that was very medical and not crass, and so that they could understand it. And I loved this scene. I like seeing the kids so much this episode. We got a little bit from each family. I just love that because it just shows that it doesn't have to be drama in every single scene. Everybody, you know, the thing is, you know, since I have y'all here, okay, the thing is, when you go from Potomac to Married to Medicine, it's like you can kind of breathe a sigh of relief. And I say that only because it can get really dark on the other side and it's just constant bickering and they're always mad. Then you come over here and they sprinkle in a little bit of family, a little bit of medical, and they go out, they help the community. That's always a part of every season. They go on these couples trips to try to make sure they keep their marriages together. Their family dynamics are nice. It's just a breath of fresh air. It's really refreshing to see. So I appreciated seeing their kids this episode. In the next scene, Phaedra and Toya are getting ready for Sweet T's bachelorette pamper party. Not Matthew from Atlanta's College Hill. So what you doing here? I'm not about to play. Not Matthew. Y'all remember College Hill? I think it was season 3, the Atlanta season. That season was good to me. The Atlanta season. I also have a review from way back when my channel first started of College Hill, the Virgin Islands, because that's one of the top College Hill seasons. And I just think that College Hill back then was everything. Do y'all hear me? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. Baby, Toya is in heaven. Do you hear me? Telling one of the men, you look like a little Damon. All right now. Don't let Heavenly get wind of that. So Heavenly and Dr. Jackie show up. Okay, Heavenly, I see you, girl. Let me tell y'all something. That's what you be giving Dr. Damon daddy. I see a Laura laid that wig down. Whew. Thank God for small miracles. Heavenly, you look good. I ain't gonna even take that from Heavenly. You know, Heavenly sometimes be coming in there looking sideways. Child, she be looking like she just stepped off the tarmac, honey, at the airport. But she looks really good. I said, okay, honey, y'all showing out this season. Dr. Simone came in. Here go Dr. Jackie talking about, okay, Inspector Gadget. Oh, my goodness. She called that woman Inspector Gadget because Simone had on a trench coat. Oh, honey, I hollered so loud. I said, see, this is what makes Married to Medicine reality television gold. Oh, child, that was so funny to me. I was screaming. So Heavenly comes in telling them, don't touch me. I'm a woman of God. I got a husband. Girl, come on in and sit on down. So she over there getting a massage, trying to act all innocent. No, ma'am. I am not buying that little act. Let those cameras go down. It's probably a different story. You didn't get them 3 kids sitting up there praying. Across town, it's time to go to Dr. Greg's bachelor party. So all the uncles showing up. Hey, Unc. Eugene talking about, yeah, you know, we're just going to a gentleman's club to give young ladies in need some money. Sir, this is not an outreach program. Y'all going there to hear that, don't stop, pop that, don't stop, pop that word. Y'all going to, baby, y'all going in there to see them things clap. You ain't fooling me. Curtis, nice of you to grace us with your presence. We knew you was going to show up, honey. You weren't going to miss the book naked. So Curtis is back from the DR. I'm watching him. Y'all remember when they embarrassed Lisa Nicole at that strip club about her husband? They used to treat Lisa Nicole so bad. I'm glad I wasn't reviewing the show back then, because y'all wouldn't have liked me. Y'all would have been like, all right, Misha, she can fend for herself. No, I did not like the way they used to treat Lisa Nicole about that husband of hers. Oh, child, I think Sweet Tea might be the new Lisa Nicole. Child, I done cracked the case. Baby, this party bus makes these little massages that Heavenly and them getting look so PG-13. The bride and her twins show up down to the bachelorette party. Sweet Tea, honey, not you dressed more conservatively than Dr. Heavenly and Jackie. Ma'am, loosen up. Loosen up. Open that robe up. Show them what you're working with. So they get Sweet Tea and carry her on over to the couch. She's like, I wonder what the men are doing. They're like the same thing we doing. She gonna say, no, Greg's conservative. Child, please. Greg is lost in the sauce. And if you think he conservative, you got another thing coming when you watch this back. They got Magic City's finest on that bus. Him and Curtis getting their whole life. Greg talking about, if I pull my pants down, I ain't pulling them up. Ew. Okay, ew. Side note, not them having Greg bucks. Usher, look what you done started. Look what you done started. You brought up them damn Usher bucks, and now people got Greg bucks and everything else. So the ladies' party over on the other side is underway, and it's boring. They all sitting around looking at each other. Sweet Tea gets a call from the party planner. Hello? Yeah, you know the venue that we chose after the venue that you chose? It ain't gonna work. So now we gonna need an extra $13,000 to $14,000 since we switched venues. So Sweet Tea is like, what is going on? Mind you, this is the world of reality TV. So you gotta talk to everybody on speakerphone. So now everybody has heard that you need to come up with $14,000 more. So they're all giving their 2 cents in the confessional. Simone's like, I would have canceled that wedding. Dr. Heavenly was like, she don't need to get married no way. And don't. So Letitia's frustrated. The twin is trying to touch her. So now the twins fighting. Child, this is a mess. Ma'am, calm down. It is not her fault that you got to spend extra money. But really and truly what it is she knows that she has to go to Dr. Greg and say, I need $14,000 more. And she going to have to hear his mouth, and she's going to have to be berated just so she can get the money for this venue. That's the real deal. So she having a full-on fit, a tantrum. And now everybody just staring. The men with no shirts, they staring. Heavenly and Jackie, they looking at each other crazy. Simone looking crazy. Baby, just get married in your backyard. This too much. And I really don't think you're equipped to have a child if you're going to act like one. Both of y'all can't be having no tantrum. So when they get ready to fall out in the grocery store, are you going to fall out as well? Like, what is going on? I mean, she was having a full-on fit. I really cannot create the visual for you verbally. You have to go and watch it. They trying to calm her down. Phaedra pulling her into the next room. They trying to get her away from the twin. The twin is sitting there just looking. So then we finally see Jackie and Curtis in a confessional. So she says, well, remember the rules. We don't touch, and you know better. You already know. Girl, we already know that he don't know better. Don't think we forgot. So the stripper is throwing it in a circle. Yeah, throw it in a circle. Honey, she over there throwing it in a circle. And he is inviting the strippers to the wedding. Sir, calm down. You cannot have Golden Delight at the wedding. That's not going to work. That is not going to work. Ma'am, don't think this is an invitation to these people's wedding, honey. Just collect your funds and go. You are not invited to them people's wedding. So they trying to tell him, Greg, you cannot invite the strippers to the wedding. This is not the best man. What is wrong with you? Over on the other side, Sweet Tea and Iced Tea, they're talking now. So Iced Tea is trying to tell Sweet Tea, girl, I didn't mean it. And she was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to blow up on you. So the twins are now reunited. Yeah, girl, y'all need each other. Because, baby, in this lion's den, with all these heifers plotting and scheming and talking about you behind your back, because I think the only person in here that genuinely likes you is Simone. And I think she only likes you because she hate Quad. So, therefore, and thus and such, please stick with Iced Tea. So outside, well, basically where they're sitting, Heavenly is saying that they don't need to get married no way. Now, mind you, Sweet Tea's maid of honor is sitting right there. Her name's Jasmine. So she's just sitting there listening to everything that Dr. Heavenly is saying. And you know she ran it back. So she just sitting there listening to her say, you know, they don't need to get married because she was telling me that he's controlling. Now, me personally, I'm with Heavenly. They should not be getting married at all. But Heavenly, this was not your place to say this. And this is her bachelorette party. It's 2 days before she gets married. So if you felt that, you should have said that to her in that moment when that wig was sliding to the back. You should have said it to her at that dinner. So they come back out and Phaedra gets a text. It says, I'm outside and it's Quad. Baby, it's about to go down. Quad, now I have a question for you. What do people say? The people are asking, why would you choose this as the first event to show up? Why? And Phaedra, why would you invite this woman to this particular event? I'm telling y'all right now, the party would have been over. Phaedra playing in your face, Sweet Tea. She is playing in your face. And I told y'all a few episodes back. I think it was episode 2. What episode we on? 4, 3, honey? I don't know. I knew that she was playing all sides of the fence. She's cool with Quad. She cool with Greg. And she playing in Sweet Tea's face. She really and truly don't think that he should be getting married to you. But she ain't saying it. But this right here is some orchestrated BS. Phaedra messy as hell. It was bound to happen though. I understand that because I know this is a reality show. And the reality is Quad is not exiled from this show. She is a cast member. And they're going to have to engage with each other. She's going to have to engage with the group. But I don't think she should engage with the group here. Heavenly was so happy to see her. So she walked up to Quad or ran up to her and starts hugging her, right? Talking about, that's your friend now? Oh, okay, that's your friend. So Dr. Jackie goes, what in the world? Where on earth does the ex-wife show up at the new wife's bachelorette party? Now, Paige and Dr. Jackie, that's what I'm wondering. Jackie, I'm with you when you're right. When does that happen? So Toya was like, who invited her? Phaedra said, I did. I mean, y'all been asking about her. So, I mean, here she is. Phaedra, you know that this is just disrespectful. Now, during your time on Real Housewives of Atlanta, had somebody put you in a situation like this, you would have had a fit. Remember that divorce party Kenya planned you? And you got up and went to go find ginger ale in the middle of the night? Why on earth would you do this? Quad did bring the lady a gift, sat right next to her, and she said, congratulations, so they hugged. I said, not them hugging. Well, baby, what they do that for, baby? That pissed Toya off. Toya said, how you tell us not to mention Quad's name last time, but now y'all all chummy sitting next to each other and y'all ain't never met? Make it make sense. So Sweet Tea starts backpedaling. She was like, no, it was because it was my bridal shower. Like it was because of that. It was because it was my bridal shower. Simone said, so Quad, where have you been? Toya kept it real. She said, girl, you don't care. Now, I agree. Simone does not give she don't give a damn that Quad has been missing. I like that Toya did keep it real, girl. You do not care where Quad has been, so why are you asking her that? Toya wanted Quad to get up and leave. So she said, Phaedra, you can escort her right the hell on up out. Quad she looked at Sweet Tea. She said, do you want me to go? She said, yeah, you know, for this, I just feel like you should go. Now, I am happy that Toya was the only one that was not being fake. But Toya, you have to understand that Quad is actually a part of this show. So eventually, y'all are going to have to run into each other. So Sweet Tea was like, well, this is my event. Toya said, no, this is my event that I'm hosting for you. And Quad has to go. Got her right on together. Thanks for coming. Bye, Quad. Ooh, honey, Toya ain't playing this season. She was more upset than Sweet Tea was. Now, I get her being angry at Quad, but that lady was in an awkward position and she was not about to go off on Quad knowing that she is a part of the show. I mean, it is weird that she chose to show up to this. And Phaedra, you are a mess box. But Sweet Tea, I feel like you handled it well. I just knew you was going to flip out, honey. I guess you only flip out on your own family. And to add to that, Phaedra, you knew what you was doing. Now, I'm happy that Quad didn't come in on no rival type stuff, or, you know, she did make a little slick comment in the confessional talking about, I guess times have changed. Basically saying you went from this to that. Okay. She didn't come in like that. She tried to be cordial with Sweet Tea. And, you know, she said, here, Sweet Tea, let me pass you the torch. Good luck, girl. I hope you cook for him every night and do whatever it is he say since he paid the bills. Phaedra really did put all of them in an awkward position. I wouldn't want my soon-to-be husband's ex-wife at my bachelorette party. But this right here is for TV. Because never in the history of ever do I believe that Quad would have been silly enough to show up to her ex's bachelorette party in real life outside of the cameras of Bravo filming. And that was the end of the episode. This episode was so good, y'all. It had a little bit of everything. I was not bored once, but I never am bored with Married to Medicine. That's maybe because I'm a super fan. If it's any show I'm a super fan of, it is Married to Medicine and Real Housewives of Atlanta. The Atlanta of yesteryear, honey. Don't get confused. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Do you agree that Toya should have put Quad out? Do you think it was tacky for Quad to show up? Do you think that Phaedra was messy as hell? And do you think it was wind outside when Heavenly was in college? Child, y'all let me know something. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.